Hey guys, so we are on the last section of this Math Connections kinetic energy. I'm just going to move my face here. So we are officially section 4. This is where we're going to look at how does mass affect kinetic energy. Before we were looking at how speed affected kinetic energy. Now we're looking at how mass, how heavy the object is, affects kinetic energy. Remember, this is where they kept using different vehicles in this experiment, but they made them all go the same speed. So it says, create a line graph that represents the relationship between mass and kinetic energy in experiment 2. Make sure to give the graph a title and label the x and y axes, including units. Remember that in this experiment, speed is constant. Copy and paste the graph below or copy and paste the link. So what I'm going to do is, again, I'm going to scroll up to page 2. The page numbers are at the top of the page. And you are going to look at your data for experiment 2, kinetic energy of the cars of different masses traveling at this 2.78 meters per second. So what we are going to do is I'm going to split my screens to make it easier for me to see my data. You are going to go ahead and create a spreadsheet the same way that we did in the last video. Remember, that is just where you can open up a new tab, go to your drive, press new, and then, oops, come on, doesn't like me right now. Press new, and then press Google Sheets, and that's where we're going to be working today. I've already started one. At the top, I put Math Connections, Kinetic Energy, and you can put that this is for section 4, or you could put that this is for mass. Notice this time, my variables are going to be different because I'm looking at the relationship between mass and kinetic energy now, and not the relationship between speed and kinetic energy. So in my A1 box here, my cell, I'm going to put the title, which is mass, and then I put the unit, which is in kilograms. Remember, anytime that you are calculating out kinetic energy, you have to make sure that you're using kilograms. In my B1 cell, that box, I'm going to put kinetic energy, and remember that I measure that in joules. What I need to do now is I need to go through and type in my mass from that experiment 2. I just do this by hand. I find that easier for me. However, you might want to go through and highlight, Control C, click in, press Control V, highlight, Control C, click in, press Control V. You could do it that way, or you could just go through and you can type in the numbers by hand. They just go up by 100 kilograms each time. So it makes it a little bit easier because you know that you're just counting up. Cool. So all of my mass, see when I copied it, it changed the font. Not that that will matter. So I typed in all of my different masses that I had for those different vehicles. Then what you're going to do is you're going to type in your kinetic energy. Remember, you did this a few days ago where you had to take the mass, so half the mass times the velocity squared in order to get your kinetic energy. You're then going to type your kinetic energy in column B here. Since I don't have my answers up for you right now, I'm going to just type in 1, 2, 3, just so I have data. Your data will not be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're going to have to use your data that you calculated before, which means that if you're trying to do section 4 before you've done section 2, you need to go back and complete section 2 first. So I have my data in. What I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight my data. So it's highlighted. Notice that my numbers do not have any letters by them. I'm going to press insert and I'm going to press chart. And unfortunately, it gave me a scatter chart. Now, if this happens to you, I want you to press chart type. And let me move my face. And what I want you guys to do is, instead of this scatter chart, I want you to go ahead and I want you to click on the line chart. What we're doing is we are just showing that relationship. So we want to make sure that we have a line chart. Now yours might pop up with line chart, especially since you're going to be using your real kinetic energy data here. So it pops up. I'm going to press my chart editor. It pops up with my chart here. Now yours should look different than mine because you typed in your kinetic energy. At the top of my chart, if I click on it, at the top of my chart, there are these 3 dots. I'm going to press copy chart. I'm then going to go back to my math connections and scroll down all the way to page 3. And I'm going to just go ahead and press Control V. I'm going to link the spreadsheet. This allows me access as your teacher to go on and help you look at your chart to see, okay, what might have happened. I'm going to paste it. And then I have my chart with my titles and my units. Let me know if you need any help with this.